Good evening and welcome to our comprehensive news analysis segment. I'm Boni, and over the next couple of minutes, we'll delve into the critical global and local events shaping our world today. Our objective is to provide you with a nuanced understanding, scrutinizing various perspectives, uncovering biases, and highlighting often overlooked details. Let's begin. Global trade tensions and economic implications. We start with escalating global trade tensions that are sending ripples across international markets. President Donald Trump has implemented a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports into the United States, prompting immediate retaliation from key allies. Canada announced reciprocal tariffs on $29.8 billion worth of U.S. imports effective tomorrow. Similarly, the European Union plans to impose tariffs on $28 billion worth of U.S. goods starting in April, targeting a wide array of products from agricultural produce to industrial items. Analysis. These developments have sparked widespread concern about a potential global trade war. The tit-for-tat measures could disrupt supply chains, increase production costs, and ultimately burden consumers with higher prices. The UK's decision to withhold immediate counter-tariffs, while reserving the right to respond, adds another layer of complexity to the unfolding situation. Business leaders and unions are advocating for negotiations to mitigate adverse effects on industries and employment. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde described the trade war as a wake-up call for Europe, emphasizing the need for increased spending on defense and infrastructure. This shift indicates a potential departure from previous fiscal conservatism, with countries like Germany and the European Commission considering higher investments to bolster economic resilience. Critical perspective. While increased spending could stimulate economic growth, it also raises concerns about fiscal sustainability and the potential for escalating public debt. The balance between necessary investment and prudent financial management will be crucial in navigating these challenges. South Africa's economic and political landscape. Turning to South Africa, the nation faces a confluence of economic and political developments. Anglo American, a major mining conglomerate, has initiated consultations to reduce its workforce in the UK and South Africa. This restructuring aims to focus on copper and iron ore mining, involving the spin-off of its platinum unit and the sale of coal and nickel assets. Analysis. The decision to streamline operations reflects broader industry trends towards specialization and efficiency. However, it raises concerns about job losses and the socio-economic impact on communities dependent on mining employment. In the energy sector, the South African government has reduced its debt relief package for Scom, the state power utility, by 20 billion rand, $1.1 billion. This adjustment comes as Scom's financial position shows signs of improvement compared to 2023, with the government now providing 50 billion rand in loans instead of the initially projected 70 billion rand. Critical perspective. While Scom's improved financial health is a positive development, the utility continues to grapple with challenges such as aging infrastructure and operational inefficiencies. Ensuring a reliable power supply remains vital for South Africa's economic growth. Monetary policy is also under the spotlight, with the South African Reserve Bank, SARB, expected to maintain the repo rate at 7.50% during its March 20th meeting. This pause in the rate-cutting cycle is attributed to uncertainties surrounding global trade and national budget issues. Economists anticipate that the SARB will resume rate cuts in May, reducing the rate to 7.25% and maintaining it for the remainder of the year. Analysis. The decision to hold rates steady reflects a cautious approach amid potential inflation risks and external economic pressures. The uptick in inflation from 3.0% in November to 3.2% in December underscores the need for vigilance in monetary policy. United Kingdom's economic contraction. The United Kingdom's economy experienced an unexpected contraction of 0.1% in January 2025, driven by declines in manufacturing and construction sectors. This development poses additional challenges ahead of Chancellor Rachel Reeves's spring statement on March 26, amid ongoing Brexit-induced economic turbulence. City Turn Zero News 22. Analysis. The contraction raises concerns about the UK's economic resilience and the effectiveness of current fiscal and monetary policies. The upcoming budget statement will be pivotal in addressing these challenges and restoring confidence among investors and consumers. International diplomatic efforts for Ukraine. On the diplomatic front, the 2025 London Summit on Ukraine convened international leaders to draft a peace plan for the ongoing conflict. Hosted by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the summit aimed to create a coalition of the willing to present a unified strategy for peace negotiations. Analysis. The summit's outcomes include commitments to maintain military aid to Ukraine, enhance economic pressure on Russia, and ensure Ukraine's sovereignty in any peace agreement. The development of a coalition to guarantee Ukraine's security post-conflict signifies a robust international response, though the effectiveness of these measures will depend on sustained collaboration and geopolitical dynamics. Scientific community's response to policy changes. In the realm of science and public policy, the Stand Up for Science 2025 rallies have mobilized researchers and advocates across the United States and France. These demonstrations respond to policy changes under the Trump administration perceived as threats to scientific research, including the termination of grants related to diversity initiatives and the dismissal of government scientists. Critical perspective. The protests underscore the critical role of science in informing policy and the potential consequences of undermining scientific integrity. The scientific community's advocacy highlights the need for evidence-based decision-making and sustained investment in research and development. Challenges facing the International Olympic Committee. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, is set to elect a new president on March 20th, amid growing scrutiny of its governance and financial model. The organization's heavy reliance on broadcasting and sponsorship revenues has raised concerns about financial sustainability, particularly as major sponsors like Toyota, Bridgestone, and Coca-Cola re-evaluate their commitments. Analysis. The upcoming Paris 2024 Olympics have already been overshadowed by issues ranging from escalating security costs to controversies over Russian and Belarusian athletes' participation. With public trust in global sporting institutions waning, the IOC's leadership transition will be a crucial factor in determining whether the Olympic movement can modernize and maintain relevance in the evolving sports landscape. Critical perspective. Some critics argue that the Olympic Games have become too commercialized, prioritizing corporate interests over athletes and grassroots sports development. The new IOC leadership will need to navigate a fine balance, ensuring financial viability while addressing growing concerns over human rights, environmental impact, and geopolitical tensions affecting the Games. In conclusion, what we've learned today. Today's episode has provided an in-depth, multi-perspective analysis of the critical global and local developments shaping our world. To summarize, global trade tensions. The US, Canada, and EU are engaging in escalating trade disputes, raising concerns about inflation, supply chain disruptions, and economic growth. South Africa's economic landscape, job cuts at Anglo American, Escom's debt relief reduction, and the SARB's cautious monetary policy stance highlight ongoing financial challenges. UK's economic contraction, the unexpected 0.1% GDP decline in January adds pressure on the UK government ahead of its budget announcement. Ukraine peace talks, the London summit aims to forge a diplomatic resolution, though geopolitical complexities remain. Scientific protests and policy impact, the Stand Up for Science 2025 movement underscores the growing tensions between government, policies, and scientific institutions. IOC leadership crisis. The upcoming election of a new president could define the future of the Olympic Games as public scrutiny intensifies. In a world of ever-changing headlines and competing narratives, critical thinking and fact-based analysis are more important than ever. Here at your news channel name, we are committed to delivering unbiased, deeply researched, and intellectually rigorous reporting so that you can make informed decisions in an increasingly complex world. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will continue to dissect the biggest stories with depth and objectivity. Subscribe, like, and comment below with your thoughts on today's topics. We want to hear from you. How do you think these global developments will unfold? Credibility statement: all information in this episode has been fact-checked and sourced from credible news outlets, including Reuters, The Guardian, AP News, The Financial Times, and official government reports. No single perspective is taken at face value. Our reporting challenges inconsistencies, biases, and omissions in mainstream narratives. We remain committed to intellectual honesty, critical analysis, and high-quality journalism for decision makers and informed audiences. That's all for this episode. Please like, subscribe, press the bell notification, and leave a comment. This information is geared to enable you to make informed decisions. May your decisions be profitable. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. I love you all. Bye for now.